Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have my November layout and card share. November was a really fun month. I got so many pages finished. Look at this stack. That's a big old chunky stack of layouts right there. I also completed 9 cards. I only have 8 to show you because one of them I already sent off to Michelle, who's the owner of My Little Scrapbook Store, and I wanted to send her a really pretty card just to brighten her day. But let's get started. So the card that I did send Michelle, you can see it on my Instagram, and I will try to post a link to that image in the information below this video. I used Tim Holtz Distress Mica, the new ones for Christmas this year. Oh, so much fun to play with, and they're so pretty. Anyway, moving along to what I actually have here to show you. I made another one of the Simple Stories Simple Card Kits, and this one, I think this is called Hearth and Holiday or Home and Holiday. But these are really, really pretty cards. Really easy to put together. Of course, I always am a bit extra, and I do a lot of additional things to them. This time I added in some gold Nuvo drops. I wasn't super happy with the way they came out. I felt like this Nuvo drop really kind of mushed together a bit, even though I made separate drops, but that's okay. And then I stamp sentiment on the inside and do a little handmade for you on the back. And then I always decorate my envelope with some leftover bits from the kit. So I'll just quickly show you this poinsettia. We have Naughty or Nice with letters to Santa. And there's the decorated envelope. Together for the holidays. Here I added the dots onto the tree. And I put this little 2 tag on the envelope. 'Tis the Season, a very cozy Christmas. Santa, here's another one where I tried to outline the things. This one didn't really come out the way I had hoped it would come out. So I don't know what I might do with this one. We'll see. And on this, I added the decorations to the back flap of the envelope. It's the most wonderful time of the year. And I added a Merry Christmas to the back flap of the envelope. This one, it says, Merry be your Christmas, peaceful be your home, joyful be your family, blessed be each one. And I added this onto the back flap of the envelope. And 'tis the season, Christmas cheer. And I added one of the cardinals onto the envelope front. So those are the cards that I made in November. Let's get on to the layouts. So first up, I have my second November page for my son's 2021 month in review, and I'll just hold these up a little bit so that way we don't get the glare. Here's December page 1. Oh, my card fell out. That's okay. I'll put that back in before, put it back in really quickly. And I attach my cards back to back so that way, I don't know. I'm just a little type A with that, I guess. And then here's the second page for December. And then I just backed it with white cardstock because I don't want, when I start working on the 2022 year in review, it's not going to start on this page. There's going to be a title page opposite this. So I just left this white. It's just a break. It just says, hey, that's the end of 2021. And now we're moving on. So here I also finished fins for this year. So we have our October. The second page of October is finished. Oh, I didn't cover up the faces. So I'm just going to cover that picture up with my hand. Okay. Second page of November. And you can see that I do the same formula for both kids, just to make it easier on myself. And this is all following a class that I took with Jess Forster at Scrapbook and Cards Today. I think it was in one of their Crop and Create Delivered classes. And I have just used her formula for all of my year in review pages for the kids. Not only, I think this is the one that came in the class, and then I've used for 2022's base layout, which I haven't added to yet, and for 2023, which I still need to work on the base layouts for that. And then once again, I backed it with white cardstock. Here is a really fun layout that I made for My Little Scrapbook Store's Friday Live at Lunch with Me. This is the Harry Potter layout. I made a little shaker element with a cut file and filled it with some Picket Fence Studio sequins of the Harry Potter glasses. I have pictures of my son. I have Scrap and Happy Studio flair. This is the canvas flair. This is just regular flair from them. And then a bunch of Echo Park papers and stickers from their Witches and Wizards collection. This is Maggie Holmes' Round Trip. And so this is going in my San Diego album. And this is just 2 photos of us in the airport and getting ready to leave because we had hamsters at the time. We had to drop the hamsters off with someone to watch them. Here's a Happy Scrappin' Studio flair there. Some puffies and chipboard. And then a sprinkling of gold mist. This one is called Delicious, and this has a lot of paper tearing. And then I just cut up this sheet from Maggie Holmes' Round Trip that has all these tickets, and I just stuck the tickets in there. It's very simple layout, but it was fun to document us going to this particular restaurant. Now I'm going to start my pages for San Diego Zoo. So I have this first one. This is all using the brand new Into the Wild collection from... I think it's called Into the Wild, from Simple Stories. It just came out this year. So this one is Life's a Zoo, and it's just us standing in front of the opening to the San Diego Zoo. So that's kind of the opening page to this chapter. And I don't really have too many stories for this because it's really just documenting the animals, but I really love the photos, so I wanted to get them all in. This one does have a story because I was just so excited to see the koalas, and I was just enamored with them, and I must have stood there for at least a half an hour to 45 minutes just watching them eat and hang out and taking so many photographs of them. So I made a 2-page spread for the koalas, and once again using the Simple Stories collection, I used some of the chipboard frames, and I layered up tags from the tag paper and included some chipboard elements in this spread. And one thing you'll notice here, if your photos do not fit these frames, what I did here is I just put a little bit of the pattern paper from the collection, a little scrap of it down there. And because you have this element here, you don't really notice that the photo is not fully filling the frame. And then these little enamel dots I think are from Stampin' Up. Here's a grid layout. It's a little busy, but this is from that same collection, and this is the meerkats. So I just wanted to do, you know, a simple grid just to showcase the 4 photos that I had of these animals. And I had to include the Hakuna Matata sticker in here. The Mighty Jungle, Party Animal. Did you see that? And the little binoculars because he's looking off that way. And what I did was I used white cardstock to sort of break up the patterns so that it wasn't pattern on top of pattern on top of pattern. At least the white gives a place for your eye to rest. This one is Elephant Adventure. I did some paper tearing here. and just layered elements from the kit. This is a Doodlebug Alpha that I added on top of this adventure card for the title. One of the journaling elements. I added a banner down here at the bottom, and then I used some of these Stampin' Up! Enamel dots, and I kind of did it like, because the elephant is spraying water, I just wanted to sort of mimic that right there. Now we have the chimpanzees. So I used one of the Freaky Fast formulas from the scrap room for this layout. I included this banner chipboard here. And then I just really simply added some embellishments. And I matted my photos on white cardstock with a shape to make them look like Polaroids. Here are some photos of this monkey, and I don't even know what this monkey is because this trip was taken in 2014 and I did not do a very good job of writing down what all of the animals were. So this is just one type of monkey, and I was so excited that I got this shot. He's actually, I believe he was yawning here, but he looks very fierce in that picture with those big fangs. Oh my gosh. But it's fun. So, and I had an excuse to use all of these little monkeys monkeying around, because the biologist in me will not put a monkey on a page with the chimp, because I know that chimps are apes and not monkeys. There's your science fact for the day, guys. So that's as far as I've gotten with the zoo pictures, because I ran out of papers for this collection, like full sheets of paper. So I had to order a couple more sheets of paper for this collection. I still have plenty of embellishments left. But now I'm moving on to the Balboa Park part of our trip, which San Diego Zoo is part of this Balboa Park. So this is using Coco Vanilla Studio Storyteller Collection. And it's on a piece of 12 by 12 cardstock, even though it is a pocket, you know, a faux pocket page, because I want it to back up to my other layouts, and I don't want to have a random pocket page in there that I don't have anything to fill the other side. So I use some of the 3 by 4 cards and just some of the elements just to document some of the photos from walking around the park that we took. This is my photo of the Morton Bay fig tree, which when I saw it, it reminded me so much of a tree that was in Maui on our honeymoon that I photographed. And I think I have a similar photograph of the one in Maui that's in black and white like this, that's in my honeymoon album. But this is a Scrapbook Generation sketch. This is actually the second time I've done this. I did a page similar to this with all these strips across the top, and it's in my Oregon trip album. But, you know, it's not likely that you'll be looking at both albums at the same time on the same day. So, you know, only you guys and I will know that this is the same layout, just with a different collection of papers and in a different album. But this is more of the Coco Vanilla Studio Storyteller, and I just love all these elements and layering and sprinkling the butterflies and the enamel dots, you know, all over the place. This was just fun, and it used the lovely from the foam stickers, and then I believe this might be from a Maggie Home sticker book, the tile letters there. And then I just drew some stitching lines across the top and bottom. This is Panama 66, which is an outdoor bar that we went to that was in a sculpture garden. And I just went with a band design in the middle, and then I sort of made an extended shelf here. And I don't know if you can see, but I splattered the paper with picket fence distress spray. I included some of the wood buttons from the collection, and I loved putting in the foam hearts because it gave a nice pop of black to an otherwise very bright, colorful layout. This is the opening page for when we went to Joshua Tree National Park. So I just used this paper from Heidi Swap Sun Chaser collection, and the paper really did all of the work for me. So all I did was just adhere down my photos, put some photo corners. I drew some hand-drawn lines around. I have a happy Scrap and Studio Flair here. Just a couple of stickers and some enamel dots, and that was it. So really simple, just an opening page for this section of the album. This is the layout that I made for My Little Scrapbook Store Friday Live. Again, it is a 6x8 interactive page. So this is Cocoa Vanilla Studio, one of their pattern papers. And then what I did is I sprayed it with 2 different colors of Tim Holtz Mica Mist to give it a shimmer and sheen. I don't know if that's going to show up on camera. And then I splattered with white picket fence spray. And it just kind of picks up the blue pigment a little bit, so it looks like a lighter blue over the pattern paper. It's really pretty. So when you open it up, I have my typed up journaling here on a piece of vellum. Made a little column here, and I sprinkled some embellishments. I tried to keep some of the puffy stickers with the color that was on the paper. I did an embellishment cluster on top here, and then another embellishment cluster down here, and I put the date. Now this is an outside of the page protector page, and if I flip it over, what I've done is I've adhered it to one of my October layouts that also has an interactive element. And then finally, the last layout that I made, this one I started at the beginning of the month, got a little stuck on it, and then just finished it up right at the end of the month. It's just a 2-page layout. I'm not sure if that's all on the screen, but I will do a close-up of each page. Based on a Page Maps sketch and using an old Echo Park crafting themed collection, I just wanted to document getting this old window pane mirror at a garage sale and how I redid it, all the little steps over here, until I got the finished product that we hung up in our house. So I got a little stuck on this, but here, I'll show you. So sometimes it's okay to walk away from a page until you have a better idea of how you want to make it. And there's the other page. So that's it. Let's see how many I got. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, let me see, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 24 pages and 9 cards made this month. That is a good scrappy month, guys. So thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up. And if you'd like to subscribe and hit the bell notification, that would be wonderful too. Have a wonderful December, and I'll see you soon. Thanks. Bye.